We
Yet?
are live. We are live
And we're
right
waiting to get
now.
all this valuable shit
706.
not being live.
706. And it's Boogie with the Bull, Uncensored. I'm Dave Glovin. And down in the good seats, Jerry Michaels from the American Rebellion. Up on the right-hand side of your screen, Randy the Genealogist Rhodes from All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy and everything else we discuss. Here on Facebook, we're live on the Dave Glovin profile, the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group, and over on YouTube, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. Everyone has a live chat, so come on in there and talk. If you're on Facebook, the link will be in the Facebook live chats right there. You can use that link and you can come on in and be part of the fun if you really want to. So we can flip a coin and do this one of two ways. We can go down to Jerry or up to Randy. You guys take a pick, and then we'll get started.
Go, Jerry. Okay. Well, let's start with my favorite subject. Joe and Hunter Biden. I've been following them pretty close because one of these days I'm going to wake up and one of them's going to the nursing home and the other one's going off to prison.
Now that's very interesting that you say one could be going to the nursing home and one could be going off to prison, because one is a president who broke the laws and he could be going to the nursing home. But then again, Hunter's an addict and he could be going to a nursing home.
True. I didn't think about it in that respect. But you know, the recent, I say recent, within 24 to 36 hours of recent news, the whistleblower for Hunter's friend, business associate, was saying that Joe Biden was in on at least 20 telephone calls on a speakerphone, and he was aware of the conversations of what they were talking about. And what, and of course, Joe was saying how, he was not part of any of the conversations. He didn't know what they're talking about. He didn't know they were business associates. He knows nothing. Okay. But here we have the business associate saying, well, he was in on at least 20 phone calls. So I saw the press conference with the press guys talking to one of the Congress people, Democrats, asking about that. And they're saying, well, he does have some mental incapacities, some mental, what word did he use? He has some mental defects or some mental, like I do, where he doesn't understand where he's at. He doesn't understand the concept of being in the telephone conversation. He wasn't aware that he was on a speaker telephone conversation. He didn't know who these people were on the telephone conversation, so he cannot be legally held responsible for being part of that conversation. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if he's that bad off that he's not aware of the content of that conversation, he should not be the commander in chief. Okay. And then there is another piece of video where Joe actually walked up to these press people, which is surprised the crap out of me. And the press people said, what do you have to say to what came out of the congressional session where Hunter Biden said that he gave some of your grandchildren $1 million or so to some of your children? And it's like he either wasn't aware of it or he was surprised he knew about it, because all of a sudden he kind of backed up he started walking backwards with this gasp in his face, like, what the hell? I just, he was caught by surprise, and he kept walking backwards, away from them. It's like, he was caught off guard. So I'm thinking that as we progress the next several days, you're going to see more of the Democrats starting to pull this shit about his was it Article 15 about the mental capacity of the President of the United States, to get him out of the office, and so he does not face any criminal charges.
All right.
Carol.
Meanwhile, Mr. Jerry and Daryl Rector has joined us last, so one of you can go, both of you can go, or Daryl. He's pointing to you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you, the story I gathered from it was they were trying to say he basically just accidentally called in the middle of a Burisma meeting that had took quite some time to set up, probably a month or two to set up. And where was it? Some Bahamas, maybe, in that, or Cayman Islands, or somewhere like that. Anyway, they, it was a big holiday retreat getaway, quiet little meeting. Well, Papa just happened to call in and just say, "Hey, guess what? The weather is really good in Washington. That's all it is. It's just the weather. Anyway, love you, son. Have a good day." Now, that's what I gathered from what the report spin is trying to put on it, right? So what we get at the end of the day, they're trying to write it off. They're trying to get us to forget about it. But what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to delay. We're going to have to postpone everything on Hunter to catch up with the story on Joe, because when these guys finally do testify, it is going to be damning. There's no escape from it. There's no way they can bullshit their way out of this. Pardon my French. There's just no way they can bullshit their way out of it. So, is Joe a weatherman? Is he a meteorologist? Does he call his son up and tell him, hey, the weather in Washington's good? Oh, I know what it was. Hey, son, or hey, Dad, the barometric pressure is rising. It's getting pretty hot in here. I need you to do this. And then all of a sudden, a week later, if you look at the dates, exactly a week later, son of a bitch, he was fired. Exactly 1 week to the day.
Do you think those terms that he used for the weather might have been like code words or keywords or some type of I'm saying,
well, unless Joe's a freaking meteorologist, what do you think, homie? I'm just saying, we all know better, right?
No.
Joe's a meteorologist. Yeah, Hunter. I need you to deposit $2 million in the Cayman Islands account.
Right. Well, they expected all of us with an intelligent brain and able to figure out common sense. They expected us to all be dead by now, with their cure for the cure. And I'm telling you, man, by 2025, we're going to be right up in this same bullshit again. It don't matter who's in charge. We all know who's in the backdrop. In 2025, we're going to go through another pandemic, and we're going to go through the same bullshit for 4 years again, and we're going to be stuck in a rut. Nobody will know what happened. Oh, it was just, but this time, it won't be as forgiving as it ended up being with the Omicron thing or whatever it was at the end there, where it just barely got you sick. This is going to wipe out shit. This is going to depopulate. So just they're just setting up the platform now to get you ready for what's coming next. When you go fishing and you test a new lure, you don't always catch a fish, but you do know your results at the end of the day. So it's just checking the barometric pressure, just like Joe. Somebody needs to call him. Jared?
I think he's an astronomer. I think he's an astronomer because his head's so far up in the clouds, he doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
That's Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and the whole hee-haw Biden clan are corrupted beyond belief. They're criminals. I mean, we could stop saying corrupted. They're criminals. Just like the guy who robs a bank or the 7-Eleven or something like that. They're criminals. Okay, they belong in prison. They're not going to go to prison.
No.
They'll find some third-rate lawyer to go to prison for them or some silliness. I doubt if he will be impeached probably, but I doubt it'll go anywhere because the Senate won't do anything about it, and I doubt. I think they like Joe simply because they can handle him so well. Kamala and Joe have the exact same disease, except Kamala just instead of being completely out of her mind, drinks too much. It's I don't know. You can't understand nothing they're saying any damn way. My personal opinion is that Trump has no chance of winning the White House, and we're going to get somebody like Kamala Harris or some idiot in charge. And I think the country is lost. That is my opinion. I know everybody wants, everybody thinks Trump's going to win and they want all this, hopefulness and shit. I had hopefulness the last time he ran and he won, and he wasn't able to really do the main things that needed to be done. Although he did do a lot for the country, more than any president in my lifetime.
Yeah. No.
But he had to didn't do nothing for him. So those were obviously thrown in the garbage 2 seconds after the janitor went in and after Trump left. And here we are. I think this is. What was it? I think Daryl or somebody said it last night on our show. We're going to have to stop this stupid shit we're doing on social media to each other and in public in some cases. Come together and just go march on Washington, this meaning business.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
None of this bullshit where, we're wearing stupid hats. We're wearing stupid hats and clothes and, make America great again hats and carrying flags. We need to be carrying something completely different the next time. And some of these people need to be strung up like Christmas lights on the closest tree.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Well,
I don't
have a
see
question.
anything that has changed. Not one damn thing changed. What I've seen is a bunch of hearings and a bunch of this and a bunch of investigations that go nowhere and no one ever goes to jail. And I don't see anything different happening with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure what happened with Randy. Hopefully he'll be back.
What could your average citizen do as your average citizen as far as engaging the rules of the articles of impeachment? What we have to get a petition and get 1 million, or how many million signers has to sign it? Well, I'm guessing 82 million, 81 million. Who knows? What's the story on that? I mean, supposedly they work for us and we have the rights to file charges on them, right? We can do a citizen arrest on an average citizen if we see them doing wrong. Why can we not bring up articles of impeachment on? Okay, and now that we have the freedom of information. Well, true. We have gave a lot of power back to the people.
We should have done this back when Johnson was in office, but we didn't. Okay, we've given them too much too much time to insulate themselves from all those pesky things like working for the American people and all that. We've given them way too much time. My guess, if we actually found out what was going on in Washington down to the nitty gritty, the deals, the whole 9 yards, that this country would explode in about 5 minutes. And I think that would be the one thing that would bring everybody together, because they are all corrupt. And the people that are screaming Republican and they're all, gay team go and all that crap, I think they would be shocked at some of their heroes and their actions.
Yeah, the Southern Independence Association, and I guess about 100 or so of their members went and they did a rally in D.C. and a couple other places these past few days to bring awareness to the destruction, like I mentioned about the monuments and the statues and things like that, to try and preserve the Southern heritage. I don't know. I'm hoping that they brought some awareness and some attention to it, and some good came out of it. I'm waiting to see the video. Hopefully they did the video and got pictures and so forth. Who knows? Maybe it brought some attention that wasn't being seen, and some good comes out of it. But when you have your own government trying to destroy its own history, there's something wrong with that. Not every nation has a squeaky clean background. And when you make mistakes, you learn from it. We've made mistakes, but don't hide it, don't destroy it, don't burn it, don't melt it down. Leave it there. Maybe make a museum out of it. A place to send people to learn, to say, look, this is what they did back in such and such period, and we have to learn from it. I don't know. I mean,
by the way, I think this is about the best audio I've heard from you, maybe ever. So you got it working out for you now.
Well, it's not just that, Daryl. I actually had to, break down. I had to buy a new computer, and
okay.
Damn thing cost me $1,000, and that's why I need to keep some. That's why I need to keep clients coming. That
explains why mine cost 14, because I had a graphics card put in mine. If you get a really nice graphics card, it costs a little bit more. But
I broke down, and I bought a gaming tower, and I bought to go with it. I bought a 42-inch monitor, a smart monitor. Took me a damn week to figure the damn thing out.
If I could give anybody any advice ever, it would be to stay as far as you can away from any Dell products or any Apple products, any crap like that. You are basically just might as well throw all your information right out on plain sight and let everybody look at it. I have found my best luck with ASRock equipment. And, the old Seagate stuff, well, it's not old, but the Seagate name is old. I try to keep all that stuff intact. But, when it comes to being able to have a good, rugged computer, ASRock's a way to go. And they're they're a gaming computer, but they pretty much got the needs for whatever you want to build it on,
I would also suggest, I made a mistake when I bought the new computer. I also bought a new HP printer, and I signed up for the automatic ink refills. That is a big ass mistake.
Yeah.
First off, if you skip a payment, they turn your damn printer off. Okay,
Mhm.
there's no leeway. You're a day late, boom, printer gets turned off. Okay, uh, and there's no going. And then you get pissed off at them, right? You can't run out to a store and buy a damn cartridge of ink because the damn printer is attuned to the damn code that the ink cartridges are programmed for. So you can't say to the printer, "I got a new cartridge. Let's start printing." Because these pieces, no, I need to talk to the damn computers in fucking China. So you can't bypass it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just part of the beginning of what's getting ready to happen on all levels of
It is.
everything, on lockdown and security, and it's for your better good. It's for your better good. You're not allowed to go. You can't travel. You can't travel because you talk too damn much. You like to talk. I'm afraid you're going to get over to Europe somewhere and start flapping your lips about something.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're going to think you're the enemy and lock you in jail. We got to keep you in America. That's what
So
we got
guys,
to do.
normally I'll watch your show while I do my genealogy, but dudes, last night I had to turn the channel. When you guys start talking about the animals and the owls and tearing out the eyes, and I'm sorry, I was just
Oh,
Oh, come on. Little things that go bump in the night
yeah,
you sound
and
like, you sound
knock
like a
on the
liberal.
door. And
I had
I
a
didn't
hard
think you allowed liberals on your show. Come on, man. What the hell?
really?
I had a hard time sleeping last night. Let me tell you.
What?
Yeah.
What, Jerry? What, you were afraid that Jerry was chasing around the yard on his tractor?
Yeah,
No?
yeah. So I had to turn the channel. So I turned over to Michael's channel, right? And I love Michael to death, but I was so bored. I'm so bored. That guy's talking, and he's talking about flying saucers. The guy's
Yeah.
very intelligent.
He
He knows
is.
shit. But I'll tell you what.
You and me and I don't know, I don't remember who the third person was, and it was on one of Jerry's shows. I thought started talking, or maybe it was one of ours. Started talking about UFOs, and we didn't go too far into it, but you were all fired up and had a whole bunch of stuff that you that you wanted to talk about it. That topic with me is welcome anytime, only because I think,
Yeah.
as I've said every time, they've been coming here for years. They think they have been hiding it from us for years. But I don't think they realize we know. We don't know as much as they don't want us to know, but we know.
Yeah. I could iterate on the story. I have one story from when I was a little kid.
Please tell.
And yeah. So it
Please
was
tell us. Please tell us.
yeah.
As long as you don't
Really?
get in trouble.
Well, no. It wasn't an encounter. I didn't like go on a spaceship and get probed in the butt with nothing or nothing. I mean, it was, it was really awkward, man. We were all out on the front porch. My mom, I mean, I was a young guy. I was probably 7, 8 year old.
There you go.
And we lived on this pig farm, 37-acre farm, but it was kind of on the side of a hill, and you could see for miles and miles and miles. And the Chronicle, the local newspaper, used to come out and take pictures off of our property just to see the view in the fall and then in the spring and different times. And anyway, they're all drinking. It's, I don't know, man, probably 9, 10 o'clock. I'm up later than I should be because I'm a kid, or that young a kid. And everybody's knocking back Bush Light, having a good old time, music playing, or actually Steve Martin comedy record was playing in the background. And so I remember just like it was yesterday, dude. I was standing there. My mom and my dad was sitting on the porch swinging back and forth, not looking in the direction I was looking, of course, the opposite direction. So I seen a light, and it was just a light. That's all it was, just a light in the sky. And I thought, man, that thing is like falling. I mean, it just looked like it had a stream behind it. And I was like, that's really weird. And I didn't give it a second thought. Well, as I was turning around, it stopped. Just like, poosh, right there. And the trail caught up with it. And I was like, that freaking weird. You know, and you're a 7-year-old mind thinking, how do I comprehend this? Right at the time, I was like, I have no idea what the hell it is. But at that moment, I had walked around off the porch, and I was walking down through the yard, and the wood line was maybe 20, 30 feet in front of me. And there was an opening over top of where the pond was at. And I was watching the field, and all of a sudden this light split into two. And then it split into three. And then it was just like they were just like dancing, just like moving and real fast and just jumping around every which damn direction. And my mind couldn't really fathom what was going on. But as they came apart, 5 seconds later, they was back together and gone. And that was it. Never saw it again.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was really strange. Really, really strange.
What do you think, Jerry?
This is why I never look up. It helps me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I told you there's UFOs. I think the government's been hiding shit from us for years, and the main reason I think that there's a possibility there's UFOs is because government says there isn't any.
Hi, Claudette.
Hi, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Claudette.
Hi. I listened to your show. It's
Oh,
interesting.
God.
Yeah.
Does it put her to sleep too, Randy?
He listens to our show.
Yes, she
He
does.
listens to our show.
She does, and she enjoys
Wow.
Oh, wait.
And she looks
Enjoys
so,
what show?
She looks so
it. Yours.
she's
Okay.
mentally stable.
She enjoys.
How is that possible?
She watches your show. She watches Dave's show. She watches Michael's show. She watches Donald's show, Donald Witzman, and she also watches Michael's show.
I can't watch Donald Wisman's show anymore. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that later.
And she watches the other one, the Patriot Lab.
What's wrong with Donald
Patriot Lab.
Wiseman?
No, Well-
Conversation can't be had here, Jerry.
no, it can't be had. It was a lot of drama that got in the way. And I've known Donald Wisman. I've known Donald Wisman for a long time. And Donald is like, just doesn't want any drama. And a bunch of drama exploded. And he ended up in the middle of it. And I have lost him as probably a friend forever. If you can get a hold of William Rayfield, Randy, he is more than welcome to join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I can't get a hold of it. I can't. I mean, I don't have him blocked. He's in groups that he shows up blocked, but I don't have him blocked. So I just don't have a way to reach him. And
Maybe he blocked you.
he may have. Well, I mean, usually what happens with me, what happens with me, honestly, what happens is everybody blocks each other when it comes to me. And then like with Randy blocked me on Messenger, I don't know how long ago. And then Messenger last weekend had problems. And everybody I know at Facebook said that they're working on it. And I reinstalled it and installed it on every device I had, and the only person I couldn't get a hold of was Randy. And Claudette even said to me,
the reason why is that you had
fine.
created a group chat, and
okay.
you're just blowing it up with all kinds of text, and I was trying to silence the damn ding 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 ding
Oh,
ding
okay.
ding. And I
Well-
couldn't, so I finally blocked the ding 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 ding. So when I unblocked you from everything else, I forgot to
I
unblock
gotta tell you
group
guys.
chat.
Okay.
I gotta tell you. I don't really know Donald Weissman. I know he does videos and all
He
that.
does
and
videos.
I think I've watched a few. That's been a while.
He's a very hardcore
I like
conservative.
Michael Anthony. If I could manage to get an alert Yes, I know that, Dave. Let me.
Okay.
All right, talking about this on the show is probably not a great idea. Okay,
Okay.
if you check out the comments, all you're doing is pissing off somebody else, and I really don't want to be part of that because I like certain people. I like everybody that's on here. I like Michael Anthony. And everybody, I don't know, I can tell you this: Nick is tired of getting all the alerts too. I mean, he's pissed off about it because there's no need to 500 times. Just put the damn link up, and if anybody wants to show up, let them show up. That's what I do, and I don't really care otherwise. If I could get I keep trying to find Michael Anthony's show, and I find out it's on. It's 2 hours later because Facebook's real good about that, and that kind of thing. So let's move on, please. Otherwise, I got to
Yeah.
go. I'm not going
I've
to do. I'm
noticed
not going
that.
to be part of this where people are blocking me that I like.
I've noticed that too with even like Rumble on a Dan Bongino show. It takes forever to get your alerts, and you got to wonder, is it even bigger than that? Because that's a whole other platform. Rumble is so.
Right. It is.
I
It
don't
is.
get it. I
Yeah.
just don't get it.
It is.
Oh yeah,
It is.
definitely. It
And
is.
when Truth Social moves
Yeah.
into
Well, he's so
having
popular.
live
He's
streaming,
more popular
well,
than most.
Hmm.
right. When Truth Social moves into having live streaming, it will be through Rumble because that partnership is already forged. They're just when they decide that they're going to have groups and live streams, it'll be through Rumble.
Yeah. So
But
yeah.
Oh.
What do y'all think is going to come of all this?
I kind of look at it.
Investigations and all the stuff into Trump. You think anything will come of that?
I got it.
My biggest fear is that it'll be 4 more years if the Democrats take the House and have a super Congress going into 2024. It'll be 4 more years until they impeach him on something that makes him resign before the end of the 4 years, only because it doesn't matter. He can't come back after this. I gotta turn my mic off for a second. Thoughts are going.
Yeah, that was quite shocking. That little sucker can yelp. What do you think, Jerry? Oh, he gone.
Oh, Jerry's gone.
I had to turn my mic off because the dogs are going in Studio B. I apologize for that. And Michael, I'm sorry I missed you, but the last word I had from you was that you were going live at 8 o'clock. So I realized, you know what, guys, let's just wrap it up. Let's just wrap it up. I'm sorry, guys. Let's just wrap it up.
Can we have final words?
Yeah, you can have final words.
Okay. My final words has to deal with Russia and Ukraine. Russia, I hate to say this, but I'm starting to like Russia a lot. I'm not saying that I would move there at this point. I might in the future, but I'm starting to like Putin as a leader. He's reaching out to the leaders of Africa. He is starting to provide to them things that they need as a nation. He supports them with the anti-transgenderism, the anti-gay, the support of the children to a certain degree. I know there's probably other things that they're doing that we probably wouldn't support as far as the way they treat their people. But the whole thing with Ukraine, it seems like Zelensky is trying to bring back and support the Nazism, as I've been seeing. That he's trying to reignite, say like a Hitler kind of lifestyle, I guess. But and the people are the civilians, the Ukrainians are being thrown to the into the grinder. I mean, I've said it before on the show, where you have your armored division going into open fields, and the fields are loaded with mines, or they're going in there without air support, without the proper support, without the proper training, and they're getting wiped out. I think Russia is just, I think by now Russia could have wiped them out. But this thing they're doing, they're saying it's a slow kill. They're allowing the Ukrainians to slowly bring out their men and kill them off slowly. So by the time they're done with it, the population of the Ukrainians is going to be minimal, to where all they're going to have left are old men, women, and children. I think it's a great idea and plan for them, but I think we have bioweapons there. I think Biden and the Democrats have things they're trying to hide, and that's why we keep giving them money. We keep giving them weapons to try and prevent it from coming to the forefront for the world to see. We just had the bioweapon lab in California the Chinese had. It is amazing how the Democrats are trying to destroy our nation.
Haven't you noticed the war's over? Do you see any more of it on television? Do you ever see it on Fox News anymore?
That's another thing. You're right. Now, I used to see a lot of feed of combat
every day. Every day.
Yeah, you don't see that hardly at all.
No, you don't see it at all. You haven't heard anything about any conflicts. The only thing you've heard conflicts on is in the Gaza Strip and Israel and shit like that. That's all you're hearing about now. Okay, so what I'm guessing, Volodymyr Zelensky and Vladimir Putin got together, had some discussions, said, "Hey, man, the war is not over yet. What we need to do is let the stupid Americans keep sending us dinero."
Yep. Absolutely.
Mucho. And yeah, so at the end of the day, what you're going to see is America's going to fall dead on its face. Everybody here is going to suddenly become Russians and evacuate town. But I'm like you, man. I get it. Putin, on some levels, is a great leader. He stood up for his people. He protects them against GMOs and homogenized foods. He protects them against evil companies that want to take their money. He actually went into a leader conference of a factory and told them if they didn't get their shit together, he was going to shut them down. He was going to shut them down. So we'll take over. We'll restructure this whole facility, and we'll run it like a company's supposed to be run, and we'll let the people make the money they need to make. And I'm thinking, what the hell's so bad about this guy? What are we running for? Why are we so dead set that Russia is the mother of all bullshit? No, it is not. Russia, Putin's I don't know what you call him. He seems like a rational guy. You know what I mean? He seems like he's level-headed. Maybe not now, but he seemed level-headed. when him and Trump was having their talks, right? You could see something in the guy that you never got to see
And
at
see,
any other.
that's why Trump saw him as a friend. And that's why the
Yeah.
Democrats couldn't stand it. One last thing, I'll
I
close it
think
out.
I think the two Trump and Putin could looked at each other and said, I understand what you have to do to run your country. You understand what I have to do to run my country. We're both basically on the same page. But when we have to come together as a team, the USA and Russia, we can do it. I don't understand why Biden has such an issue with Putin and Russia, because when he shut off the Keystone XL pipeline, when he stopped us making gas in the United States, he went to Russia and he got a price that was more than OPEC, only because OPEC wasn't going to sell him anything. And he was happy, and we were buying Russian oil as much as we could get. And then all of a sudden, it's like Putin is Satan personified.
Biden has, and the Democrats have stuff in Ukraine, I'm sure other places, that they're trying to hide from the American people. And Putin and China and Zelensky know where it's at. And that's why they have to maintain a we hate communist attitude to keep the people thinking that they are the enemy. One last thing, and then we'll go. Africa, I forget the name of the country, is a weird name because they always change them. The United States has an advanced drone base in this one country. And with the coup going on, I guess there's a risk that we might lose that base. Are you aware of that, Daryl?
I wouldn't be Zimbabwe, maybe.
It might be.
I've heard, seems like I've heard something about that, yeah. See, in us average Americans, we have to have a drone license to fly a drone, especially if it's going to be any type of commerce or anything like that whatsoever with it. You have to have an FCC license to put that thing in the air and do commercial flight. And, there's guidelines and say, all kinds of stuff, but are they following guidelines? Are they doing what they're supposed to do? Or are they just doing it to spy on people? What is the whole, premise behind the whole thing? I get we need logistics. We need to explore things like past the ice wall and stuff like that. That's always stuff that we've needed to explore because there's only been a couple people there, and drone technology would be perfect for that. And but they won't let anything like that happen because there's tips of pyramids sticking out of the ice and stuff like that, and it's freaking people out. They don't know. They don't think we can handle that. There's life beyond where we're at. So a lot of people think that's a conspiracy too, but there's pictures of it. There was a guy that went there like in the 1960s or 50s and did a whole exploration on it before. And then when he come back, he suddenly died from some strange, thing, kind of like the hydrogen car guy, just a mysterious circumstance. And, then you're never allowed there again. It's an ice wall, man. You're not allowed, So they're scared the ice is going to, that's why they're so worried about the ice melting, if you know what I mean. The flat earthers are like, oh, I'll tell you exactly why there's an ice wall, because that's a big old bubble, man. That's where the bubble ends at. It's like, man, you're out of your freaking mind, dude. Somebody needs to drop you on your head, reset your damn brain. But
did you see where the scientists followed out these damn microscopic little freaking worms, and they're so excited that they found these damn freaking worms that are like multi-thousands of years old. I think to myself, that's all we need. Freaking worms from thousands of years ago.
Yeah, just bring them around.
I don't know what the hell they're going to do to us now, but hey, we're excited. New life.
I think he should just bring back the murder hornets and end it all, and we'd be done with it.
As well. See you guys.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right,
right.
Daryl. All right. We'll do. Hey, Randy, we'll talk. We'll just try to see if we can save this thing and do it Thursday night, the way we used to do it. Daryl, you're welcome to join us if you want.
All right,
Try
man.
and eat,
All right.
try and eat earlier
Good night.
in the show next
All
week.
right. Okay, folks. All right. We're gonna wait a minute. Turn. All right. All right. Randy Rhodes and Daryl Rector were with us tonight. Jerry was with us, and as usual in my life, a lot of drama seems to catch up with me and always ends up in a broadcast. So I apologize for any of that you had to see. Now I got it. My messenger's blown up with, I don't know, I guess everybody's mad at me tonight. So it must be mad at me tonight on Messenger. I am going to flash this one, and then we'll probably end it up. This was from Michael Anthony. Thanks for bringing me in, Dave. I appreciate you ignoring me. Randy, thank you for the compliment. Sorry the show didn't fit your criteria. Well, Michael, you're not watching. Well, you might be watching, but you told me at about 6 o'clock that you were going live at 8 o'clock. So I figured that you were going to be here. I'm sorry that you didn't get your comment acknowledged when you came in, but I try to get to everybody's comments, but when things go awry, things go awry. You're more than welcome to be on a broadcast anytime when you're not trash talking me behind broadcasts and everywhere else you go, and or lying to me about things you did on broadcast that I watched and half of Facebook watched too. Okay? I don't know, Michael. Maybe you think you're the great guy because you're on all these broadcasts with 900,000 people watching. You know what? I really don't care. I come on Facebook. I do a broadcast 2 nights a week now, and I'm happy if 20 or 30 people are watching. Okay? And we got into a conversation about all kinds of drama, which I really didn't want to have on this show tonight. And a lot of people got named. And you know what? It's my fault that William Rayfield and I don't talk any longer. Okay? And it's always been a broadcast. It's always been a relationship where there's a Boogie with a blowout on his broadcast and or a Boogie with a blowout on my broadcast, and we both usually go away as friends and go back, and a couple of weeks later we're together again. And the only reason I brought it up was because I thought Randy had said something about William Rayfield, and you know what? It came up in the discussion where I said that I was having problems getting a hold of Randy over the weekend on Facebook Messenger. It had nothing to do with Randy ever blocking me or me blocking Randy. It just had to do with Facebook was having problems over the weekend. I couldn't get a hold of a lot of people who couldn't get a hold of me. And you know what? I don't really care. Okay? So I'm sorry that Boogie with the Bull broadcasts don't ever equal the level of broadcast that you want to do or that you want to be on. But you know what? Don't do them then. But don't you dare come on to a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and complain to me that you're being ignored when I confirmed with you about an hour ago because you said something about going live at 8 o'clock. I asked you, are you coming on at 8 o'clock or are you going live at 8 o'clock? And I didn't get an answer. Because if you were going to come on at 8 o'clock, which I don't normally like to do, you know that. The show starts at 7, and I hope everybody's there together at 7. But if you were going to come on at 8 o'clock, I would have brought you on. If you were going live at 8 o'clock and you came on at like 7:30 and wanted to talk about what you're going to do at 8 o'clock, Michael, you know I have never not given you the opportunity to do that. Okay? So You know, you want to bitch? Go ahead and bitch. But I don't really care anymore. Just try to leave me out of it, okay? I can't walk away from all the drama, you know, and it's not entertaining to anybody to watch, and it's not entertaining to deal with anymore, Michael. I've been here on Facebook for 14 years. I'm in 4 private groups, 3 public groups. I'm in 1,500 other groups that I share to and from all over. I don't need to prove myself to you anymore. And Mike Grant, you've been a great guy. Talked about weapons before on broadcast. For those of you that don't know Mike Grant, I got to scroll back up because I can never remember the name of his business, and I always have to scroll back and make sure I read it right. Michael's business is Guns Unlimited Firearms Training. It is in Dublin, California. He's a certified weapons dealer in California. He's located in Dublin. If you are looking for a weapon and you are not in the state of California, you can talk to Mike and he can legally sell you a gun, but it has to be delivered to a certified weapons dealer in the state where you are, and you have to go in and pick it up from them. So he can do it. If you are in California and you can get to Dublin, California, I believe it's in the East Bay, past Oakland or around Oakland. I can't actually remember. It's been a long time since I've lived out there. But if you can get into Dublin, Mike will take care of you. Some of the videos that he has are actually, for lack of a better, pretty hilarious to watch. If you watch the old Marine gunnery videos that used to be on, Mike does the same kind of thing. He'll take a gun and show you what it can do, what it can't do. He'll take a small gun, a big gun, and it's kind of interesting to watch. So, Mike, if you heard this and you're around, come on Thursday night's broadcast. I'll talk to you. I'll get the word out to you, get the link to you ahead of time. Come on Thursday night's broadcast with me and Randy Rhodes and whoever else shows up, and we'll talk about guns. And if anyone else is like Mike and wants to come on and talk about it, we will. If you're a pro-2A person, Second Amendment person, you want to come on and talk about that, come on too. If you're against the Second Amendment and you want to come on and talk about that too, come on the broadcast too. Message me on Facebook Messenger and tell me that you want to be involved, and I'll make sure everybody knows how to get the link or has the link at 6:45 on Thursday, and we'll go live at 7 p.m. But, you know, I'm done with the drama. And if the people that came in tonight are going to watch the drama, and I'm going to start talking about the drama, then just go away. I've apologized to Donald Wissman so many times that, you know, I can't apologize anymore. And Michael Anthony likes to paint himself as a rose. Michael Anthony is a part of the problem as to why Donald Wissman and I aren't friends anymore. And I'm not a part of one of his groups as I was. You know, you live and learn, and then you buy loves. That's what the old motto used to be. And to Melinda Brown Fortney, some interesting conversations today. She's a smart lady. We were talking about a lot of stuff throughout the day. She might be an interesting person to have on the panel one of these days. I know Vita Harmon, I can't even remember her name, and I should. Vita Marie Harmon, the founding admin of Mega News Nation, that brought me in as a moderator and then made me an admin, which was probably a decision that to this day she still regrets. No, I'm just kidding. She's great. No, I'm sorry that I didn't get your comments in either. But I tell people all the time, since we started the Tuesday and Thursday broadcasts a couple of weeks ago now, the whole idea is to have a panel of people on the broadcast and even have people watching in the live chat that want to be heard and be a part of the broadcast. That's why normally the link me get back to this. That's why I said the link will always be on the screen, and you can come in and be a part of the broadcast. It's an open call. Like I said, the link will be posted at 6:40 by 6:30, 6:45. Everybody that needs to have the link will have the link. And then, like I said, come in and listen to the broadcast. And if there's ever something that you hear in the broadcast you want to comment on, either way, by all means, come on in and join us as long as there's a camera open. We only have 10 cameras available. We've never had more than 5 being used, but if we ever had to deal with, there's too many people on and someone else wants to come on, then yeah, we'll politely bounce people around, but we'll worry about that if and when it ever happens. And like I said, we were live on the Dave Logan profile. We were live in the Boogie with a Bull True Patriot Talk public group. We were live over on YouTube on the Boogie with a Bull YouTube channel. Go over to the Boogie with a Bull YouTube channel and subscribe. Help us hit 1,000 members so that we start getting some pennies for each broadcast that we do over there. And that will help. We've never been in this to monetize the broadcast, period. I don't care how many times you see me hold this nice, beautiful ceramic mug that Jen Woodruff and Randy Griesenbeck designed the logo. Jen Woodruff put it on the mug for us. It was never about making money selling the mug. Okay, it never really was. It was buy the mug. Hopefully, we can put a little bit of money aside and donate some money to some charities that you all see around Facebook that really need help. And it was important to me to be able to do that. So. We're not going to sell that mug. That mug is it's a $10 mug, but it costs $11 to ship it to you, so it's like $22 for a ceramic mug. I have another option that we're looking at that'll bring it down to about $15. And we did find travel mugs. 24-ounce travel mug is going to be around $25, including shipping, and I have to price the lower price size. And if you want one, you buy one, and if you don't, you don't. And the proceeds will go to charity, as well as help cover some of the costs of these broadcasts. They're free on Facebook. They're free on YouTube. We want to add Rumble. That costs money. We want to add Twitter. That costs money. And, in a perfect world, we'd sell advertising if we could, and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But it's not a perfect world. They're just a bunch of overinflated egos, including mine, here on Facebook, thinking that we're the number one broadcaster in the world at times. And just, you know what, guys? Everybody says it, and everybody has said it to me on their broadcast, that there's just too much drama. Well, you know what? I've been doing it for 3 years, and I'm going to tell you guys, enough is enough. There's too much drama. There's too much drama because you want drama when you come on a Boogie with a Bull broadcast. So don't come on a Boogie with a Bull broadcast if you don't want drama. Or if you want to come onto a Boogie with a Bull broadcast and you want drama, then I'm going to make sure I line up a panel that throws just as much drama at you as you throw at me. But that's really not the point of doing these. The whole point of doing these days, and if you people haven't realized it by now, the main reason for doing these broadcasts right now is because I have become what I swore when I started social media, playing on Facebook and this and that. I swore I would never get to this point where I couldn't just hop in a car and go to an event in Georgia or Tennessee or Alabama or wherever, and broadcast it live. But I can't do that anymore, okay? I'm not mad at you who's watching. I'm not mad at Facebook. I'm not mad at my wife. I'm not mad at my doctors. I'm mad at me because I can't do it anymore, okay? So now, more than ever, when I say to you, if you've got something going on, wherever you are, even if you got to aim a cellular phone camera, because everybody goes out and everybody aims their cellular phone camera and shows what they're doing when they're doing it. So if you're doing it, let me know. Send your link. I'll send you a link. We'll go live. We'll have a good time. We'll promote your event, and hopefully it'll be a success. Not just because we promoted it, but we'll do what we can. Okay. I'm sorry that the broadcast ended up the way it did. I don't know if Jerry Michaels will be back. I don't know if I'll be welcome back on the American Rebellion anymore. If I'm not welcome back on the American Rebellion anymore, then I'll figure something else out. Okay? But, it's not going to be mad at Dave Globen Day on Facebook and blow out my messenger because you're mad at me over things that I can't control or whatever. Okay? There isn't any one of you who does a broadcast here on Facebook any more or less that I do that tells you none of us should be doing it here. And these results, these big blowouts where everybody walks off of a broadcast, everybody blocks everybody, nobody talks to anybody anymore, is because that's what Facebook wants. They'd rather have us all arguing at each other and being mad at each other and this and that and the other stuff, because it keeps us from doing what we're doing on Facebook. And as I have said before, I'll say it again. Don't ever let Facebook be the beginning and end of your social media. Okay? If you want to, just stay on Facebook and watch what's on Facebook and be in the groups that you're in on Facebook. And if you have your own groups, keep them here on Facebook. That's absolutely great. But you know what? If that's what you want, then you stay on Facebook and do it. Okay? I don't want to just be on Facebook. I'm on Facebook right now only because it's free and there's a lot of people. Between our 4 private groups, our 3 public groups, the 1,500 groups I'm in, and the crap I share around Facebook, sitting in this chair for 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you don't believe me, ask my wife. The few minutes I log out of Facebook and go someplace else, I don't feel any of the crap that I feel here. Okay? And people come on to my posts in the groups every day and tell me they're only here on Facebook to bash communists and do this and do that. Great. Come over to Facebook and bash all the communists that you want, but then go someplace else that treats you with respect and dignity and doesn't block you from trying to do what you want to do. Okay? That's all I can tell you. That's all I really have to say. Anyway, Mike, I'll be in touch in a few minutes, and a few other people I got to track down on Messenger because I'm not sure of something someone said to me that's totally unrelated to the broadcast. But anyway, I'm Dave Globen. You're not. This is part of the broadcast where I say you've been watching Boogie with a Bull Uncensored, a copyrighted presentation of the Know About Your Broadcasting Company. We own everything, and we have a right to use it any way that we want to. And in the event that we don't, and we get in trouble for it, we always work it out. So, to Russia and Belarus, I'm sorry that you didn't get to hear the whole Fallout Boy. We didn't start the fire music, song, and or the video, but you can go to his YouTube page and you can see it there in the public domain. And you can, I don't know where else, I don't know where you can buy it. Now, let's see if I can try to find out where, if it's being sold, where you can buy it. And I will let you know. Probably somewhere connected to Warner Brothers, because they were the ones that contacted me about the issue. But anyway, tomorrow's another day. No broadcast tomorrow. Physical therapy and who knows what else. Life therapy. And And hopefully we'll be back on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, if you see the link and you want to come on and be part of the broadcast, please do. Please do. Please do. It's political. It's not political. It's whatever comes out of our mouths. And that's what it is. And sometimes it goes great. Sometimes it doesn't go great. And I apologize that today it started good. It got keyed up on things that shouldn't have become a part of the broadcast. And to everybody who was here, Jerry Michaels and Daryl Rector and Randy Rhodes, the genealogist of Facebook. All roads lead to home genealogy. Make sure you go look at the group. And if you're interested, talk to Randy. In as little as 15 minutes, he can go back, I believe, 5 generations and give you a pretty good idea as to whether or not you want him to go further. It does cost money. His rate is, I believe, $250 an hour. It is the lowest that you will find of anybody doing this. And that's about all I can tell you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for telling me I'm doing okay. You do what you have to do, and you try to keep it from the drama, from hitting the boiling point and going on. But the people that got fired at today really are just people that didn't deserve to get fired at. Well, people on the broadcast didn't deserve to get fired at. People that were named that got fired at, they didn't deserve it. William Rayfield, if you're out there and you can hear me, or someone watches the Patriots Lab or the Patriots Lab Uncensored, I don't know what other broadcasts he does these days. It's time to come back and just do what we do best. It's kind of like Russia and Trump. I said that Trump and Putin both kind of gave me the impression they recognized what each one had to do in the operation of their country. And I've always joked that, that's us. People do their broadcast their way. I do my broadcast my way. And I hope that if I'm on their broadcast, we can kind of meet in the middle. And if they're on my broadcast, we can meet in the middle. Because, as Jerry is starting to tell you, this thing that is the internet, it's going to change if certain people have their way, and you may not like what is coming. So best enjoy what we're able to do while we're able to do it. Anyway, 8:14. That's a hour and 15-minute Boogie with a Boom. So a short one today. I'm going to leave it up. I was going to delete it from everywhere just because I was going to delete it. But everybody knows that I'm not embarrassed by what happens on a Boogie with a Boom broadcast. If I come up looking stupid, then I come up and look stupid. And Thursday night, we will not talk about any of the drama that came up in today's broadcast, and we'll all just do it. And it kind of broke my cardinal rule that we did do it, because I used to be the first one for a long time in the 3 years that I've been doing this. I don't care what you think about me off the broadcast, off my broadcast, or on your broadcast. I don't really care. But if we're here together and we're here together for a reason, then that's what we should be doing. And the drama, like I said, is just because Facebook knows if they get it, people will stop watching me. And you know what? So few people on Facebook have access to me anyway. I'm buried so far in the Facebook news feed. My groups are so far down in the Facebook news feed distribution that, I get 20 to 30 people a night watching, and If it wasn't buried so far down, maybe it might be 20 to 30,000 people watching tonight. I really don't know. They won't tell me the truth anyway, because I'm sure if it is 20 to 30,000 people watching tonight, they'd never let me know. They would never let me know. If it was 20 to 30,000 people watching me, and I tell you what, I'd pull it away from Facebook somewhere where we could just go and do it. Okay? I promise. Rumble looks good. Twitter always looks good. Streetlock is starting to look good. There's some changes and some new things coming around. They did a lot of work on the system, and they're getting ready to test things again. And I know I've said that before. Well, I only have what information people give me. So, and if we're not on a social media network that you're on, that you want us to be on, let me know. We'll either take it from the YouTube channel and post a podcast there, or if it's possible, and it doesn't cost us to do it, we'll figure out a way to get it over there. Matter of fact, I don't really care if we just take it from the YouTube channel when we're done and post it on 8 billion social media networks. Okay? One of my heroes on that, JJ McCartney, got out of bed every morning at 5 a.m. And between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m., he posted it to 500 groups on Facebook, and I forget where, each individually, manually, one-on-one, the link, so that when he went live at 5 o'clock, he was all set and ready to go. And it can be done. Good night, Ann. I'm sorry you had to hear the rant. It is live. It is not Memorex. Take care. Tell your wife hello. Okay. Well, it was great. Like I said, I did question you on your background. I was glad that we had that conversation from there, and maybe we'll get you on the broadcast anyway, one of these days. Anyway, I'm Dave Blow, and you're not, and it's time to just pull the plug. And another one is in the books. We'll see you Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the next Boogie with the Bull, Uncensored. And if you see Jen Woodruff, if you see Jen Woodruff out there somewhere, tell her she doesn't want to watch this one. She just wants to come back on Thursday. Matter of fact, if Jen was here, we probably wouldn't have had that whole blowout anyway, because she keeps us all from getting to a blowout point when she's on anyway. Anyway, I'm Dave Will, and you're not. Sayonara. This Boogie with a Bull broadcast has come to an end. We'll go down and see if we can do this tonight.